Is this an elaborate conspiracy, or is there a reasonable explanation for it? There's been a story spreading lately that 12 junkyards have caught fire and burnt to the ground over the last 6 weeks alone, and a number of videos are linking the fires to the fact that the government has mandated in-car surveillance technology in brand new cars starting later this year. The concept is that if a bunch of junkyards are destroyed, it becomes much more difficult to repair old cars and forces people into this new high surveillance era of cars. But it seems like the truth might be much bigger than that. Went down the rabbit hole and found junkyard fires as a whole have been on the rise for the last 10 years or so, and industry experts reporting on these fires frequently point back to lithium-ion batteries as a massive issue. Oh, and they don't really separate automotive junkyards from scrapyards and waste facilities in the numbers either, so it's really hard to tell how many fires have anything to do with the car world. The battery problem's even so prevalent that they have a nickname for it. They call it the vape effect because experts believe a lot of these fires are being started by the billions of disposable vapes that people throw away like normal trash. Here's the craziest part, looping back to the whole 12 junkyards in 6 weeks number. I wasn't able to verify if the report was even real, but if it was, that number is actually extremely low. While the report says that there's been about 2 fires per week over the last 2 years, data says that there has been an average of 8 or more fires per week at scrapyards and waste facilities. So that individual data point, not exactly the smoking gun some people are making it out to be. I'm not saying these people are crazy for asking questions, because I've definitely seen much crazier plots come true. Is this just batteries creating a nightmare for junkyards and recycling plants, or is something bigger and more nefarious going on here? And which angle would be worse?
Yo, what is good? This is your boy Money Mitch, and we are on NoCapPodcast. We are about to talk today about the junkyard fires, bro. So there's been 13 junkyard fires in like 6 weeks. This video doesn't really talk about, actually this video talks about the Advanced Autos closing the 700 stores. We talked about that too, bro. This is another cash for clunkers. This is like a cash for clunkers 2.0, 100%. This is a cash for clunkers 2.0, right? 1.0 was what? Turning your old car, get credits towards a newer car at the time, right? 2.0 now, right? Because people realize that play. Okay, let's amp it up. Let's amplify it. Turning your old car to a junkyard, burn down the junkyard, and then get a new car. And now if you want an old car just like how you had, because you don't like the new car, you can't fix it because the old car that you had is burnt. It's burnt down. Nothing. You can't salvage nothing from it. Let's get into this video, man.
It's shit like Simon says, what I say go, my goods be doing the most.
All right, guys, so here's the first video. Let's play this.
Well, a few videos that I was looking back upon, I wanted to see if there's any changes. Remember when I said there's a lot of grain mills that were sold out? I went to Nutrimill's website, and these two are still sold out. So if you're looking to have your own wheat berries, grind your own fresh wheat flour, look on eBay, maybe Craigslist, whatever you can online. But I know some people are still talking about this. These are still out of stock, so just something to think about. But something else that I heard today, and someone mentioned that there were 13 junkyard fires from Connecticut to Jersey to Florida and other states. This one right here from WTNH.com. Meriden, Connecticut. Scrapyard employees assisted firefighters to extinguish a fire within a pile of scrap metal Tuesday evening in Meriden. And it says here that that was under control. And then there's another one from Philadelphia. Crews battle large fire at recycling facility in Camden. And here's some video from that. This one's even bigger. They're trying to move things and doing what they can to extinguish this. So it's a lot of car parts, a lot of spare parts. If you think about what's been going on with the news with oil and gas and increasing the ethanol to 15%, and how that's actually decreasing your range when it comes to driving, and also increasing the heat in your car's engine, because more ethanol, for starters, doesn't do anything for the environment. And it certainly doesn't help your engines. So if you guys want to put some cleaner in there and take care of that, be proactive. And here's one from Opelika in Florida. Fire breaks out at junkyard. Here's large fumes of smoke. Odd that there's 13 in such a short time span. I don't know if this is a local thing or if this is just something that someone happened to notice, but this doesn't really seem to be like a normal thing. Again, with new cars, with all the data and the black boxes and the sensors and the kill switches that they're now going to be manufacturing from 2027 on and on. You have vehicles with cameras watching you if you're impaired or not. The car is going to be judge and jury if...
I just wanted to point out before I continue playing this that so I don't really know I'm a big car guy, by the way. But I'm not going to sit here and preach you guys the law on like ethanol. But for a fact, what I can tell you about ethanol, it does destroy smaller engines. Like, let's say you have a power washer that has a small engine, a lawnmower. It doesn't do well in those. And you can't leave ethanol in your tank for a long time because it starts to turn into like a gelatin. Because ethanol is made from corn, right? That's E85. That's what us car guys like tune our cars to because it burns more efficiently, right? But the caveat is it burns faster as well. So it burns more efficiently. You can make more power with ethanol in like a modified car because basically what happens is it keeps it's cooler. It keeps temperatures cooler. Therefore, cooler air equals more dense air equals higher combustion, right? So in that sense, it's a good thing, right? Newer cars can run ethanol. Newer cars can run up to like, dude, my 2008 BMW, right? My 2008 BMW 335i E93, it could run up to E30 on a stock fuel pump. Okay? Very, like, bone stock fuel pump. I just tuned it. I just got it tuned for E30. The car could run up to E30 on a bone stock fuel pump. That was, like I said, that's an '08. That was when I got that car. I got that car in 2017. Even then, it was an '08. That was 14 years ago. My thing is, you can't, if you're going to put ethanol higher than normal ethanol, which is usually 10%, which has been 10% for as long as I've been alive, at least. I'm 30, so, right? If you're going to put that in your gas tank, understand you got to drive your car. You can't let your gas tank sit for 5 years, and that's why they say bad gas, right? Because gas still contains ethanol. 87, 91, or 87, 89, 91, 90, 93, all of that still contains 10% ethanol. So, yeah, you can't let it sit. But I just wanted to add that little information tidbit. Let's get back to it.
You are fit to even drive. So, whatever vehicles you may have, trucks, cars, whatever the case may be, just a suggestion, maybe stock up on parts, supplies, oil, that's a given, oil filters, and so on. And as a caveat, I just saw this, I didn't have time to pull this one up, but Advanced Auto Parts is closing 700 stores. So again, just something to put on your radar, maybe your plans, your whiteboard, your to-do list. 13 junkyard fires all over the country, and the push for smart vehicles, they're going to tell you if you're fit or not to drive. So if you're like me and you live in a part of the country where you get 4 seasons, including snow, and you're praying to God that the ABS doesn't kick in when you're trying to get some traction and go up someone's driveway or just drive around, and you got to time it right, just make sure you hit that button because you don't want to lose that traction because the car is going to want to slow you down. Can you imagine what it's going to be like just trying to get car parts and spare parts and so on? So if you want to throw this on your to-do list or just have it at least on your radar, whenever you're driving, maybe get some spare parts, alternator, starter, oil filters, so on. Belts, chains, whatever the case may be. So just something to think about, plan ahead, and at the very least be aware of. So let me know what you think. What are things like in your area? Are there plenty of parts, plenty of oil? I'd like to know. But with that being said, you guys be safe and well. I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay, guys, there's a lot of ways to avoid this stuff she's talking about. One of the prime ways to avoid the stuff she's talking about is take care of your fucking car, right? You driving it. If you're not in bed, you're not walking around your house, you're not walking in the park, you're not walking your dog, you're 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 in your car. Change the tires when they need to be changed. Service the engine, all fluids, right? Coolant, oil, everything else in between. Service the engine, service the transmission, service the drivetrain, like the whole drivetrain, the differential. Do what you need to do. Stock up on parts, do what you need to do. But take care of your car because you're in it all day. And the second I've had a car catch on fire. The second you're going, let's say the speed limit, let's not even say nothing else. The speed limit in Idaho on the main highway is 80 miles an hour, right? Go that fast with no, let's say your brakes go out because you just ran your car to the ragged edge, right? Your brakes go out. Okay, cool. Your brakes went out at 80 miles an hour, right? You have your emergency brake. So you're going to be feathering your emergency brake. Lord, pray to you that you have the handle styled and not the button styled. Because if you have the button styled, you're fucked. You're going to have to fully engage them and then fully disengage them. Fully engage them, fully disengage them. That by the time that shit happens, you're probably going to fuck that mechanical system up. And then that car is going to be more than fucked. But if you have the old style, you can feather it. Push the button to e-brake, feather it. That's what they're for, emergency brake. They make cars so high-tech now, they take all that stuff away. Because even if you could operate that, you could control a crash, right? Take care of your car. Like she said, buy extra oil if you need buying extra oil. Buy extra car parts. I'm about to take I have a 2021 BMW X3 M40i, B58 Gen 2. Solid car, bro. Love that car to death, right? I'm about to do a full overhaul on it because I'm about to drive it. I'm about to drive it to Virginia cross country where I'm from. I'm about to do a full overhaul on it. Whatever I need to change, whatever I need to fix, whatever I need to do, whatever. Right now it's not tuned, but I have a catless downpipe. I have a 4.5-inch catless downpipe. That's really the only modification I have on the car. It's just not tuned. So if I can, I'm going to squeeze that money out, get it tuned. You know, the newer cars, especially that car, 2020 and above. So definitely 2021, definitely 2022, etc. so on. Those cars you need to pull out the car's ECU, send it off to Finland and get it jailbroken, essentially. And then they need to ship it back, and then you plug it in, and then it does all the cool features and shit, right? And then that's what you need to do. So I plan on doing, I potentially planning on doing that with my car, getting it tuned, getting it set up, and then doing whatever maintenance I need to do, maintenance before mods, realistically. So that's what you guys got to do. You just got to keep up with your car, keep up with your shit. We're going to get into another subject that I wanted to talk about. All these damn meteors that are landing everywhere. And today is the 6th. Later today, I'm not going to say tomorrow. Later today, we're going to do a video, and I'm going to compare, bro. So there was a movie on Netflix that was out for a little bit. I don't have Netflix right now, but I was watching my friend's Netflix. And there was a movie on there. And I want one of the Hemsworth brothers were in it. I don't remember which one. I think it was Chris Hemsworth. I want to say it was Chris. No, I'm dumb. It wasn't neither of the Hemsworth brothers. It was neither of them. It was Blue Mountain State, Alan Richardson. So he was in this movie. It's called War Machine. And in that movie, there was a meteor that crashed on the Earth, but it ended up being like a giant fucking alien robot, like literally like giant alien war machine. Like it had guns, it had lasers, it had tracking device, it had all this shit. So we're gonna get into a tidbit of that later today. I keep saying tomorrow, but later today we're gonna get a tidbit on that. But I'm gonna play one more video regarding the Junkyard fires and talking about that. And yeah, that's what we're about to get into. All right. So this, to me, in my opinion, this is more kind of like fear-mongering shit, but we're going to watch it. We're going to humor him.
Do not buy a new car, because starting 2027, every new car in the United States will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver. Not only watching you, but listening to your conversations as well.
What's that? Oh, something strange is going on right now after the announcement of new vehicles and how they're going to be able to monitor you. All of a sudden, 12 different junkyards have mysteriously burnt to the ground? But they can't be connected, right? Tell me more! Things are getting a little strange after the announcement of the new vehicles and how they're going to have AI. They'll be able to basically monitor everything you do. They can shut off any moment that they would like. They won't run if they don't want to because you don't look fit to drive. But now something strange is going on involving old vehicles in case you wanted to keep them. And what better way to get rid of old vehicles than getting rid of the parts you can get for those vehicles? but they're not connected, right? Oh, and then of course on top of that, over 700 advanced auto parts stores are closing as well.
A new video shows a huge fire over in Miami. Look at this. Thick black smoke there. The fire apparently quickly spread from a junkyard to several other businesses nearby. More than 100 buildings in the area had to be evacuated.
They said this was from vapes, by the way. Keep this in mind. They said a fire this big is from vapes. The vape effect. How is it from vapes? Wouldn't you... How is everybody smoking a vape in the same area?
So while everybody was arguing about whatever name dropped on this timeline this week, the government quietly secured the ability to turn off your car while you're driving it. And I'm not talking about a conspiracy theory. No, I'm talking about Section 24220 of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Yeah, it mandates that by 2027, every new passenger vehicle must advance impaired driving technology. Shit, it sounds great on paper. Stop drunk drivers. I'm all about that life. But the fine print tells me otherwise. It requires passive, continuous surveillance of the driver. So monitoring your eyes, your head, your movements, and your behavior. And it gives the car the authority to shut down the engine if the AI detects or decides you're not fit to drive. Even the National Highway Traffic Administration admitted to Congress that the tech is not ready. They said that 99.9% accuracy, it would still generate millions of false positives a year, meaning millions of people stranded on the side of the road because an algorithm made a mistake. But it gets worse. Where do you think that surveillance goes to? Well, if you think it goes to a privacy expert confirmed in a cloud type situation, you'd be correct. Experts have already made the fucking connection, realizing that automakers are already updating their terms of service to sell your behavioral data to insurance companies to generate you a fucking risk score. Some lawmakers try to stop it, actually. Representatives Thomas Massey introduced an amendment to defund the mandate. Reps John James co-sponsored a bill to kill it also. But in January of 2026, 57 Republicans joined 211 Democrats to vote it down. They voted to keep the kill switch mandate alive. The vote failed, 164 to 268. This is how the game is played. They flood the zone with noise while quietly building the architecture of control right in your fucking driveway. Stop looking at the smoke and start looking at the actual policy.
All right, guys. These dudes are obviously running the ultimate play. So like I said, Cash for Clunkers took away the old car, gave you credits towards a new one. Now they're taking away the old cars, burning the old cars, so you can't fix the old cars if you have that same car, make, model, whatever, chassis, whatever. And then they're blaming it on vapes, right? That's crazy. I don't know how many vapes could be in one spot when that fire was clearly centralized in the Albuquerque, New Mexico video, but different topic for a different day, right? And then, Advanced Auto Parts are closing 700 stores. You have O'Reilly's, you got Napa, and you got AutoZone. Those are next, maybe, potentially, allegedly, right? A lot of spooky stuff is going on, guys. A lot of spooky stuff is going on. But we need to blow this page up so we can stay updated on all of this stuff because, again, I talk about a lot of this stuff all the time. Podcast, not podcast, person, real life, whatever, right? Be sure to, when I get it all organized, be sure to follow the Patreon for sure. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to NoCapPodcast, aka MoneyMitchMedia on YouTube. Follow me on IG, MoneyMitchMedia. Follow me on TikTok, MoneyMitchMedia65. All down in the description below. So yeah, bro, help me blow this page up, bro. We at 175. I see a lot of views, right? We're gonna do another video for Disclosure Day because Disclosure Day, the movie comes out next week, guys. Today's Sunday. Well, the movie comes out this week, and to be exact, it comes out Friday. This coming Friday. So we're gonna go see that. We're gonna give you the reaction for Disclosure Day, and like I said, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and we'll tap back in next time. Peace.